And I wanted to talk about something that has been on my mind, quite frankly, for a long time. But I think it's definitely come to the front of my mind for a little bit in the last month or so. I think stress has caused me to feel the symptoms of this, but um, it's about multiple sclerosis. I am someone who has multiple sclerosis. I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in early 2021, relapsing, remitting multiple sclerosis. And multiple sclerosis is something that is very individualistic. It depends on where your lesions are, whether it's in your brain or down your central nervous system. But it was something that I was really feeling symptomology of over, I would say, the last 11 years, last 12 years almost. But definitely the flare up of 2020, and then a little bit of impasse earlier this year. What's good about those that have multiple sclerosis is that there is an organization that is there for us and our families and friends, and that the National MS Society. The National MS Society is a collective of passionate individuals who want to do something about MS now. That is to move together towards a world free of multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis, as I kind of alluded to, is comprised of unpredictable and often disabling flare-ups of the central nervous system. Such flare-ups disrupt the flow of information within the brain and between the brain and the body. The National MS Society is the largest private funder of MS researchers in the world. They invest more than $1 billion to date. MS stops people from moving, but the National MS Society exists to make sure that MS doesn't. To contact the National MS Society, please call 1-800-344-4867. Once again, 1-800-344-4867. Or go to their website at nationalmssociety.org. Thank you. Thank you to all of you who have donated money to this amazing organization or have even gone to the National MS Society to learn more about demyelination and multiple sclerosis itself. It touches me and over the 1 million people in this country who have multiple sclerosis in so many ways. And we appreciate all of you. And on that,
it's time to talk.
Well, it's Friday night. Usually on Friday nights we have conversations about anything and everything. And tonight's no exception. Except this week was extraordinary. And we're going to talk about my week for a little while tonight. In addition to talking about, you guessed it, anything and everything, with Matt Haas, Paul Burke, and all of you, because this is VF Talks. Hello once again, and good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and welcome to VF Talks. I am John Venturini, and that is a cantankerous triceratops by the name of Rex, who I have to admit, I think truly missed me this week. I went away for the week, and when I came home, he didn't sing anything, which I'll take. It is a victory. I will take a victory from Rex because you know what kind of mouth he has. He has a very vicious mouth. I'm not even saying that. I'm not even saying. Okay, let me just move right on. Good, just move right forward. How you doing? It's been a while. It's been a couple weeks. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter, and let's see who wins the door prize today. It is going to go to, over on YouTube, it's going to go to Jaden, who says hello. Hey, Jaden, how are you? Hope you are doing well. It's been a while since I've talked to you. Hope all is well over by you. And then we have this awesome fun things, and I think you know them, you love them. That would be the one, the only Matt Haas, ladies and gentlemen. Matt Haas. You're on mute.
I am on mute. How
There
are
you
you?
go. I'm doing great. I wasn't on mute. You were on mute. Look at that.
I muted myself.
You muted yourself. Oh boy.
Put myself in timeout. I was misbehaving.
Oh, that's horrible. That's so horrible.
Yeah. As I often do.
Yeah. Sometimes we have to self-regulate ourselves, don't we?
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, timeouts and all that. And...
I want what I want when I want it.
Okay, Veruca, I got that. I want it now.
Veruca, look at this.
It's the card you have.
It's Veruca.
Yeah.
I don't know if my is my autofocus even working? I don't even know. Let me look at the camera. Oh, it doesn't say spot focus, but I appear to be in focus, so I'm going to run with it.
We have a new viewer to the program this evening. We have a person called Testing Out Stuff. Testing Out Stuff, welcome back, JV. It's Rob, had to switch from Shalala YouTube channel to update banner and profile pic. Well, Testing Out Stuff, welcome to the show. We'd love to have you on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. It's great to see you this evening.
Not a Garbage Pal kid. It's a Willy Wonka card.
That's right.
I have the whole cast. Veruca. Oh, you said Veruca. I'm sorry. I put Violet Beauregard up there. This is Veruca.
That's Veruca.
It's not focusing. I am very upset. Is it focusing now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It was my eyeballs. If my eyeballs are in the picture, it focuses on the eyeballs.
If the eyeballs are in the picture, and you got the Oompa Loompa.
I've got another riddle for you.
How many times have you seen that movie? Within 10.
I am a child at heart.
There you go. We don't even have to answer the question.
Oh. Well, you've been busy. I've been busy. I've got a lot to talk about. You've got a lot to talk about.
Who won the coin flip? You had a super awesome, terrific, fun show just now. So I guess I should...
just coming off that show with my co-host Sandy Archer.
How is Miss Archer? Ms. Archer?
Fabulous.
Dr.
She's doing
Archer.
Great. She's unshakable. She is just marching through life, winning every day.
All she does is win.
Hashtag winning.
That's right. I got Marilyn joining us on YouTube. It says, hi, everyone, with 3 waves and 3 purple hearts. Well, 3 waves and 3 blue hearts back at you. Hope you're doing well, Marilyn. And we got Britta on YouTube as well, who says, good evening, Matt and JV. Good evening, Britta. How are you tonight?
She's giving me some watch time over there on Awesome Fun Things. She's over there by herself. Glad you're there, Britta. I need stats.
I need stats. I need the numbers. Give me the numbers. I need the numbers. It's all about the numbers.
And more importantly, I'm glad you're there, Britta. Britta's been following a lot of my stuff. I love having her watch what I do. That's why I do it.
There you go.
Put it out there.
We got quality people around us. I'm very thankful for this entire group.
Yeah. Faux show. You should come to one of the baseball meetings, and maybe you can meet Britta when I go to the baseball.
When's the next baseball meeting?
Probably January. Maybe
we
have one in December. They do not have one in December.
We got Joe Foz that says she's not alone on YouTube. Hey,
Joe
Joe. Joe
Fazzolari.
Faz. I'm
Hey.
sorry I said Faz. It's Faz. I'm sorry, Joe Faz. How you doing, Joe?
Yeah, yeah. Sergeant Faz.
Sergeant Sergeant Faz.
Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you.
Don't talk to Faz. He knows all my dirty secrets. We grew up together. We got in a lot of trouble, him and I.
Said differently, maybe we should talk to Faz. Faz,
No.
here's the cam link. Join us. I'm gonna see how red Matt's face can turn. Come on, it'll be great. Merry
I was
Christmas.
cleared of all charges. I'm untouchable.
I did not do the thing in Tijuana. You can't prove a thing. I guess I should start. I'll start. I haven't been on in 2 weeks. I should start.
Okay.
So some of you noticed, some of you may have not known this, but I was selected to do a talk, a presentation, if you will, for my company. And a 12-minute presentation. I can't say the talks that we all know because it's a copyright of the talks that we all know, so we won't say exactly what it's supposed to emulate, but it's not that legal. But 12-minute presentation, and I wrote an abstract about my journey, my life's journey, as is basically one of the key themes of the Venture Forward. And it got selected. So for the last month or so, I've been preparing for this talk. And on Wednesday of this week, I actually gave that talk. That's what that picture was in the countdown, was me talking about this weight loss and the importance of the mental health journey to go with 312 pounds of weight loss. So that was, I would say, maybe the most nerve-wracking yet the most rewarding thing I have ever done.
Isn't public speaking like both an awesome and terrifying thing at once?
Both at the same time, and you can't tell which one's going to turn on at what time. You have no idea. You have no idea. So like I don't, so here I am, truth be told, and I told many of the staff during this, my hands were cold. I had cold hands. I don't know if that's a thing, but I had cold hands. Even when I was in the green room waiting to go on, because there were 7 of us speakers, I had very cold hands. And then I got out there, and as I did like 6 or 7 dry runs up to that point, 5 on the stage, 2 in my hotel room, I was ready. And then when I got up there, I had my slides. I didn't have a script, and I went right at it. And we were supposed to go 12 minutes, and I was a very bad boy. I went 22. I went 10 over. And then there were 8 minutes of questions afterwards. So all told, it was 30 minutes. Mine was the longest one of the bunch, but I was the one at the end. So I finished the day's program. But It was the most incredible experience ever.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Congrats, man. I'm proud of you. I mean, that's not easy to do. I did an open mic night in front of 100 people, and the lights go down, the spotlight comes on, and you can feel every eyeball just looking at you, hanging on every word you say. And it's different. It's different than anything else. So I understand what that's like. So congrats.
Thank you. Yeah, it's funny you should say open mic night, because there was one of the speakers, actually the person that started the day's proceedings. He's also from Pennsylvania, and he went to an open mic night the day before. So he actually not only did his presentation, but the day before he was at an open mic night. And from what I heard, I didn't go to it. He killed. So like there was some camaraderie there. We also had someone that gave a talk about improv. So we played some improv games to warm up before the whole thing started, which was really put my mind at ease, because I used a different part of my brain. But that was a lot of fun. And it's a shame that Paul isn't joining us this evening, because I would have talked to him about the fact that we do improv to try to calm our mind, to get our minds thinking differently. But Paul is on assignment this evening, so.
Yeah. Wow. Crazy. On a talk that, can I say what it rhymes with?
Absolutely.
Ned talk.
Ned Knox. It rhymes with Ned Knox.
Wow.
Britta is reminding us that February is the next fan club meeting. I will be there. I
Usually
apparently I'm
the
invited. So
third Tuesday, I would imagine. I would probably make that. I would guess it would be the 20th. So pencil that in.
we got someone joining us on YouTube by name of Fakrun Nur Ideen. If I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, I apologize. Good to
Yeah,
see you this evening, or
I'm
this morning, or
glad you're
this
here.
afternoon, wherever you may be.
Obviously, that person is a fan of anything and everything.
Yes, yes, as well as we all are.
Yeah.
We're
So
fans of everything and anything, for sure. So yeah, that was the week. I went down to North Carolina on Sunday and came back this morning, and I on the way
that's a
back.
long time to be away.
Yeah, I got some work done too. It was a good visit. It was a good visit down to campus. But the funny thing was on the way back from BWI, I had to stop through Delaware because I bought lights for the house. I bought Christmas lights that are all year lights. So I bought them at the Best Buy over in Newark, Delaware. So I had to go up to Delaware to pick up the thing and then move it over.
Cool. Cool, cool, cool.
Cool, cool, cool.
Yeah.
So that said, that was my week. I heard you had an extraordinary week. So
Yeah,
let's talk about
I
that.
did. Well, I bought a piece of woodworking equipment. Actually, it's a robot. Bought
Mm.
a robot. It's a CNC machine. Computer numeric control is the acronym for CNC. They couldn't do acronyms very well in the 20s when they named this thing. But it's a overhead carving machine, 3-axis, so left, right, front, back, up, down, and it can manufacture things out of wood and soft metals and other plastics and things like that. Um, it was an investment. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't cheap. I'm starting a woodworking business, and it's going to be used to help manufacture a product in that business. And it was kind of a leap because the software there's three types of there's many steps you need to do in order to use this. You don't just It's not like any other tool in the woodshop where you just walk up and you start using it. You've got to design something on the computer, then you've got to export it, get it into another application to write the instructions on how it's supposed to carve it. Like, does it take 7 passes to
Mm-hmm.
dig through the material, or does it take 6? Does it go fast? Does it go, there's a lot of different parameters. Does it carve on the line, outside the line, inside the line? Are you hogging it out? Are you in, and then you've got to set the machine up correctly. So there's like 3 points of failure on this whole workflow.
Mm-hmm.
And with Windows, which I use Windows all the time, but I bought a new Windows machine and I'm running the software, and I'm just like, and the software is like crazy complex in that it throws every single option on the screen. Like, the whole screen is filled with fields you can fill in. It's very intimidating, but I'm happy to say it's all coming together, and there's been no hiccups. The machine is working exactly the way it's supposed to. I'm not having any problems at any point in the workflow. And it's kind of like, I should have done this earlier. I actually
You say, why haven't I done this earlier?
Well,
It's like,
I bought a CNC machine
I'm
a
gonna move
couple
you
years
over
ago.
to one cam for a second. I'm gonna
Yeah.
just continue.
Okay. I bought a machine a couple years ago, but it never worked right. It was never accurate. I don't know if I didn't put it together right or I couldn't calibrate it right, but it just couldn't do the job, and it frustrated me, and it sat there, and so I rebought a machine, and this machine that I bought, it comes out of the box and you use it. It's all dialed in. It's all configured. It's all calibrated. You don't have to do anything except throw your file into it and press the button. and it's just very, very, very accurate down to 1,000th of an inch, which is what it needs to be. And I did a prototype, and I did some fun projects, just trying to do some simple projects just to see if I can make it all work. I thought I needed a 1/32nd bit, which is like, it's like a little hair. I didn't own that. I thought I owned it, but I didn't. So I rendered the artwork a little bit different so I could use my 16th bit. Anyway,
you have a love for this stuff, and you're finding your niche, and it goes back to something I said about you a long time ago. You are a Renaissance man.
well, thank you. Yes, I guess in some ways I am, although I don't like to label myself. But I mean, to really use this tool to its fullest potential, you need several skill sets, and I have them all. Not many people have them all. You have to do line art programs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Adobe certified expert in Adobe Illustrator. Yeah, no problem. Then you need to work that complicated piece of software to make the tool paths, and I've picked it right up. No issues there. And then you need to actually own the very expensive hardware. That's a barrier. Not everyone can do. So some people have one or two of those things and they kind of get by. But I really think I'm going to propel to over the 50% line.
Yeah, there you go. You're going to be above average. You're going to move to above average.
I am instantly going to be better than most, I think. And that's a conservative estimate, because I've got some wacky things in mind to build with this thing.
Wacky things.
Oh, well, I'm a very engineering focused type of person. So think gears,
Mm-hmm.
A lot of motion. Like this thing right there, that is the bell icon. And the bell icon goes like this. And I took a motor, rotating motor,
Mm-hmm.
and turned it into a linear actuator, but it doesn't actuate it all the way. Like the way I've engineered it, it stops and then goes this way and stops and goes this way. So I had to figure out how to build that. It's a mechanical physical bell made out of wood, and it rocks back and forth, and it's a rotating motor, a constantly rotating motor. It doesn't rotate and stop and then rotates it. It's so how do you take a constant rotation and then turn it into this? Wait. I figured it out. And so that's the stuff I'm gonna do, and it's gonna be freaking amazing. And I'm making a woodworking product with it as well. Hopefully, so my hope is I'm going to sell a product publicly, and it's going to take off, and it's going to be amazing, and it's going to fund. I'm going to have money from that product, and then I'm going to take that money. I'm going to do this weird engineering gear kinetic sculptures with it. So I'm like, do something fun, get a lot of money, and then take that money and then do something awesome with it. Like that's the idea, and pay off the machine, because the machine's expensive.
So you're still looking for that next big thing, though, in this way, right? I mean, that's still the goal. You're looking for the next big thing.
I hope it's big. Now I'm doing it smart, where if it earns me nothing, I'll still be fine.
Yeah.
I would have just spent a lot of money. I'm not. I'm no stranger to that.
Matt, what would your accountant say? Just asking. What would your accountant say?
I'll ask him on January 30th, because that's my appointment for taxes for 2022.
Oh man.
My accountant says very little. He's a very busy guy. But he's
purposely so he doesn't have to add his own commentary to this.
We should get my accountant on the show. He is one of the funnest guys you'll ever hang out with.
He does he plays guitar, doesn't he?
Drums.
Drums. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Laura's here.
We got
Hi,
Laura
Laura.
joining us on YouTube. It says, "Hello, how are you? Love your new thumbnail, by the way. Really, really awesome. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. Hope you're doing well."
Laura's been monitoring my walking activities. I log them all in Track My Run.
Check my run.
What's the app called?
I think it's Check My Run.
Map My Run.
Map My Run, Track My Run. And
Yeah.
some verb in a run, something like that.
I'm now up to 1.7 mile walks. Walks.
That's fine. It's movement.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've been doing that. And I've been taking longer walks with the dogs, but I don't put that in the app because you have to slow down for the dogs. Dogs.
I tried something while I was in North Carolina, and you're saying, well, you do that all the time here, and it's yes and no. While I was in North Carolina, finally did cycle bar.
I don't know what that is.
Cycle bar is a spinning studio. It's a cycle class, but it is loud music, and there's there are weights in the middle of the activity, and it's like 45 to 60 minutes. Your bike is geared to the television monitor, so you know how fast you're going. You're in competition with everybody else. So there's the gamification of that. You got a lot of music, a lot of adrenaline pumping. It was incredible. And I'm proud to say I must have done cycling somewhere, some way, somehow before. I do it all the time. Who am I kidding? I actually won one of these classes. I won the last one I was in. The last class I was in, yeah, I got first place. And they sent me the email with the number of RPMs and everything. It's like, this is awesome. But like I said, I go to six classes of spin every week over at Max, over at the gym, over Nexton. Shameless plug. But it was really cool. 3 classes. They were doing 3 classes, first 3 classes free to try cycle bar. I said, I'm in Cary. Might as well give it a shot. I did it, enjoyed it. So there you go.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. I love trying new things. New things are fun to try, for sure.
And the staff over there are fantastic. We had, I told my story to the instructor for 2 of my classes. She instructed the second class I was in and the third class I was in. Her name's Courtney. Courtney, if you're watching this, hi, how are you? I told her about the story about the weight loss and the multiple sclerosis and everything, and exactly why I was giving this talk over on campus. And I think I basically touched her with that, because during the last class I was in, she reminded everybody that you have to bring your love inside first and foremost. She basically took a lot of the words I was telling everybody and had a moment of realism and moment of honesty with everybody, and it was incredible. Oh, Mark Radburn buying me 2 coffees. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it, sir.
Hey, I don't see Mark in the chat. Is he there?
He's I haven't seen him comment, but he bought me 2 coffees. He's
stealth watching.
That was stealth coffee.
Stealth watchers out there.
That was stealth coffee.
Good deal. Thank you for supporting.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it.
Rex needs properly caffeinated.
Yeah, and there's Mark.
There he is.
Mark said hi. All just jumped on. Mark runs Ditching the Drink over on YouTube. It's good to see you this evening, and thanks again for the coffee. Muchly appreciated. Again, anyone else wants to buy me a coffee? The site is buymeacoffee/ventureforward. Again, buymeacoffee.com/ventureforward. And we appreciate it. We were made possible by the support of viewers like you. Thank you. Did that sound like PBS? Yeah, it might have.
Tad bit.
A little bit.
Do 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 do.
There you go. The more you know. Oh boy.
My son is graduating college on Sunday.
Oh! Congratulations.
Chemistry major.
That's awesome.
STEM for the win.
It's time for the win.
Yep.
And these guys next thing lined up and everything. He's post grad plans.
the employer will probably fund his bachelor's. So,
Nice.
oh, I'm sorry, his master's.
His master's. He's getting his bachelor's on
He's
something.
getting his bachelor's. So we'll see. We'll see how that comes together.
Well, your son's a very bright man, and I wish him nothing but the best.
I do too. I'm like,
degree.
listen, boy, you cannot be complacent. You got to climb that corporate ladder because you got bills to pay, honey. He's gonna really feel life hard now that he's got rent and utilities and all the things. So
What's the show tune song? "Climb Every Mountain." What musical is that from? Do you remember? "Climb Every Mountain"?
dude,
No.
don't
No?
ask me
Never-
about musicals.
mind.
I can't tell you. Unless
Anyone
it's
know
the
"Climb
Rocky
Every
Horror Picture
Mountain"
Show.
in the chat? Let us know.
It's not the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
No, it's not the Rocky. It's not the Rocky Horror.
Touch it, touch it, touch it, touch me.
Certainly not that song.
No, it's not that one.
Nah. I mean, I would go over to my other monitor and look. You know what? Let me just do that. Sound of Music. Britta 10 points. Sound of Music. "Climb Every Mountain." Yep.
See, the Sound of Music, that's isn't that do re mi fa sol
Yeah.
la?
Doe, a deer, a female deer, Ray.
Yeah,
Drop a
we
golden
fight
sun.
over that in the forums, the piano forums. They're like, no, it's A B C D E F G, not do re mi fa sol la.
Laura's asking a good question. Am I ready for January 7th? Yeah, Look, this might come as a chagrin to you, Laura. I am ready. I've been ready for January 7th because I'm just going at it the way I went the last 10K I went. I mean, 63 minutes, 64 minutes. I know exactly what I'm shooting for. And yeah, will there be a little bit of a ramp up the 2 weeks prior? Yeah, there will be a little bit. But yeah, I'm ready. If you told me tomorrow I'm running 10K in Central Park, let's go at it. You want to meet there? I'll see you tomorrow over there. There you go. You can hold me to it right now. What time? 1 o'clock? I'll see you 1 o'clock over in Central Park, Laura. Let's do this. Bring a camera.
7th is the Reading Royals calendar giveaway of the Ice Angels. The Reading Royals.
You can enjoy your calendars. I got a run to do. So you bring 3 cameras, Laura, tomorrow, 1 o'clock, because it's going down. It's going down now.
Popping off.
Yeah. Maybe I am ready for January. Are you? So here's a question for you. I'll tell you what. No, I'll tell you what. Hang on. Hold on.
He's pushing buttons.
I'm pushing buttons. I'm pushing all the buttons. I'll go to main for a second. That's how serious I am right now. Are you ready for January 7th, Laura? Are you ready? You probably are ready. You're definitely ready. You're absolutely ready. Oh man, the lighting on that was horrible. It doesn't matter. See, Laura is incredible. She's an inspiration. She is a really good motivator, a really good coach, and I understand the spirit and the heart that comes with that question. So, Laura, yes, I am ready for Jan 7. I can't wait to run that race with you, and it's going to be a good time.
Good deal.
If that didn't sound bipolar, I don't know what did. I was real manic. That you went crazy, and I went kind of get now. I'm kidding, Laura, you're awesome. So, graduation on Sunday. What else do you have planned?
Well, I could go to Hershey Park and the Bears hockey game tomorrow, but I don't think I'm going to because I'm doing the content creation. I think I'm going to edit my video and play my song on the piano. I'm doing a Christmas song, Deck the Halls. And so, yeah, I think I want to do that rather than go out. And then Sunday is going to be graduation, and then Monday it's back to work. These weekends go too fast.
Way too fast.
And, with the way my weekday schedule is, I'm watching the pups most of the
How
day.
are Lilo and Stitch?
They're a handful. They're doing great. They're doing great. They require constant attention. And with my wife working second shift, technically third shift, you know, every moment I have to do something creative is scarce. So the weekend, I get like almost the entire weekend to myself because Tracy doesn't work the weekend. She works Monday through Thursday. And anyway, so it's like I have this precious weekend time, and I'm like, how do I want to spend it? And I really want to get the woodworking business off the ground. And even though I'm working on a project that's not my sellable item, I do want to get through this as a proof of. So I've been working on a project all day.
So this is a proof of concept you're doing.
This is a separate project. Well, it's proof of concept into the equipment and the workflow.
Okay.
But it's not going to be a proof of concept of the product I'm selling. I've started that. This is just to, and I'm going to enter what I'm making into a YouTube contest, which needs to be done before Christmas Day. So I've got some time, but I want to get it out there. I want to get it on the channel. I want it to start pulling in views and start racking up watch time. I gotta breathe life back into this because it's pretty stagnant, and it takes a while to get that flywheel turning.
But there's obviously a demand for it too, as you discussed in the past. There was definitely good numbers off of the clips that you're providing. It's really good stuff.
Oh yeah, no. If you, there's an audience out there that wants to see what I have to show them for sure. I mean, one of my videos, I almost fell on the floor. I think it's got 300,000 views. I mean, have you ever created something that 300,000 someone watched it? That's 300,000 is not a trivially low number. That's a big number.
So truth be told, I do have a video that has 1 million plus views.
Yeah.
But it's not my material. It was just me playing with my TiVo, grabbing a clip from HSN when the dude playing with the Wii broke the television. I caught it live. So I put it up on YouTube. And I got about 1.5 million watches on
that. I had a couple of my videos got over 1,000 likes. You ever get not 1,000 views, 1,000 likes?
Nothing on Venture Forward for that, no.
That's kind of nuts. Let's see, what's my one video up to? Lifetime stats are rendering here. It's digging through a lot of years of data. It's thinking. It's come on servers at Google. All the servers are red hot now that I've initiated this search. There's unknown traffic from central Pennsylvania. What's going on? Oh, here we go. Wow, that was pretty fast. 332,000 views.
Wow.
It racked up 22,000 hours of watch time, and 48.5% of all people have watched that's the percentage of the video that they watch. So about half. Everyone statistically has watched at least half of that video.
Mark has seen your router video on Awesome Wood Things, Matt. That video blew up.
Yeah. Impressions. It was shown on the interface 3,250,000 times. And it's still pulling in a respectable CTR, click-through rate of 5.9. Yeah, that's kind of insane.
That is insane.
And then my holiday candy cane lawn ornament video. You look at the graph, every November and December it spikes way up in the
It's seasonal traffic. You got
yeah.
seasonal traffic.
Oh, YouTube is fun. I like the YouTubes.
That's why you do a channel, bud. That's why you do all the things you do with YouTube.
Hey, my install the Amazon smart thermostat.
Mm-hmm.
Almost 6,000 views. It's been out there for a week and a half.
There you go. You're doing it, man. You're doing it.
People, I've yeah. If it's a long, complicated process, I can make it simple and short, where you don't want to stop watching. That's kind of my gift, which is kind of opposite of what YouTube wants, the 15-second shorts. I've mastered the other end of the spectrum. Oh yeah, look at this. Can I share something? This
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay. Pushing buttons.
Pushing buttons. Gotta find my mouse. All right, hang on. I gotta cut over to main first. And cut over to main, then cut over to you. There we go. There it is.
This is the yearly. This is since published November 2015. This is the candy cane video. Look at this. So October, November, December, and then the rest of the year, Buckus.
So very seasonal. It is very seasonal.
Very seasonal. Anyway,
that's awesome. It's really awesome.
Crazy stuff. All right, I'll stop sharing.
Here you go.
Oh.
Mark says, let's see, Amazon smart thermostat. Now that's something I want. I'm going to watch. Didn't even know that device existed.
Oh yeah, because I could never figure out the Honeywell. The little like the default one. It's an LCD screen, and you go things, and it blinks, and then like you walk around the screen, and then the thing that's blinking is the thing you go up. It's just, and then you can do the zones. You can program the Monday to be different than that. But then there's one way to like apply Monday through. It's just a stupid interface. I never understood it. Now the smart thermostat, I can set it on my phone, and it's easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
And see, this install, most installs are pretty straightforward, but they make a separate device if you don't have a power cable coming up to your panel. My panel used batteries, so they never ran that power cable. So they have a special device that you need to put into your furnace that connects to your panel and the furnace, because it does some flippity-do magic to kind of it kind of sends the power over two of the other line. It kind of co-ops two of the wire. I don't know if you noticed, there's 6 wires to run. Anyway, 2 of the wires it electrifies, so you can basically have power where there's no power cable. And this is what trips people up. And my video was, I've tried to find videos on how to install it. Every video I found says, oh, just follow the instructions on the C-wire adapter. I'm like, honey, that ain't gonna fly with me. So my video actually shows the install of this C-wire adapter, which admittedly most people don't need, but in my case, I did need it. And YouTube's all about the niche. So the people that needed that C-wire, 6,000 strong, have now watched that video, and there's probably 6,000 more out there.
Oh man.
YouTube has 2 billion viewers. You don't need to reach all 2 billion of them. I just need 200,000 that need the C-wire adapter. Anyway, you get it.
I got it. I got it. I absolutely have it. There it is.
That's what I have to say, and I'm sticking to it.
So, with respect to the hockey, hit it. There it is. There it is. And that thank you again, Mark, for the coffee. Appreciate it. So the game tomorrow night is in Reading, you said?
No, Hershey Bears.
Hershey Bears. Yeah, the game in Reading was
Flushing.
fun last weekend.
I love that venue.
Yeah, so for everybody, we went to a Reading Royals game last weekend. It was teddy bear toss night. So on the first goal, everybody tosses a teddy bear for the kids. I think it's for charity for the kids. It was beautiful to see all those teddy bears hit the ice below. How many bears did they get? 3,000 bears? Do you
Oh, it
remember?
was more than that. But anyway, it was a lot. It was a lot of bears.
The bears. But
Uh,
for the Royals. For the Royals there were bears. But
that is a fun town. It's a fun venue, and since it's a lower league of hockey, the players are a lot more scrappy. Like they got nothing to lose, man. They put everything out there. It's not like I don't know. It's I enjoy that venue quite a lot.
Mark mentions that the thermostat is 43 pounds.
Yeah, it's about what it is. And the C-wire adapter was like 20, but and the thing about the Amazon the smart thermostat, it's made by Honeywell, and Honeywell is an industry leader that's been around for decades. I mean, they make quality stuff. They just slapped an Amazon logo on. Well, it actually says Amazon logo, and then underneath by Honeywell. I mean, the Honeywell's actually on it, but it's not just like some temp at Amazon threw together a product and they send it to market. No, this is like
Part of the intern
Honeywell.
program. Yeah.
Yeah, none of that garbage. It's an actual. Anyway. I don't get in my head. It's a scary place. I really go hard on products and what I buy and what I don't do things off the cuff. I really do a lot of research. So anything that you see, I've researched.
It's
I
got
should
the
start a
Matt,
YouTube channel on just good stuff.
it should be the Matt Haas version of Consumer Reports.
Yeah, this is Matt Haas approved. And believe me, I've got opinions on everything. On soap, on shaving cream. I mean, it's just anything in your life. Pillow, bedding, shoes, garments, paper,
Strawberry jam.
pens.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a freak with writing utensils. I have a very high bar. Anyway.
You should see the number of Harvey balls Matt has when he tries to analyze different components of the product and everything. It's a work of art. As Matt would say, it's chef's kiss, the Harvey balls.
Yeah. I am a marketer's worst nightmare because I don't fall for any of the commercials and the marketing hype or the the pitches. I can't be fooled. I know what I like. Like I'm the worst market. When you're selling something retail, you want the 19 to 35 year olds because they're flexible. They haven't figured out life.
Yeah.
I figured it all. Anyway.
Got a good question from Mark. Mark says, "How are you with smartwatches, Matt? I've been looking around for a new one. Is the Fitbit Versa 3 still worth buying?" Want to go solo on this one?
Oh, yeah.
Go for it.
I am the perfect market for a smartwatch. I love tech. I follow the world technology news just for fun. What these companies are doing, what they're thinking, what their goals are, what their secret agendas are, the technology, the server architecture underneath the technology, the application stack, the user interface. I am all over tech. I should be smartwatch user number one. However, the opposite is true. I am old school Casio G-Shock digital watch. I love the Casio G-Shock. You can pry this off my cold dead arm. I'm never switching. I love the Casio G-Shock watches. They are hooked into the atomic clock in Boulder, Colorado. They are powered by the sun. You never need to change the battery. The calendar goes out to 2090. Like I'll be dead by then. You know, it is a set it and never touch it ever again, unless you want to go to the countdown or the timer or do some of the other features. I I have not embraced the smartwatch. I don't do the health tracking, which I think is a pretty awesome thing. Then that makes sense for a smartwatch. But I mean, I got my phone. I get the alerts on my phone. I've never wanted to do a watch. And a smartwatch is a consumer electronic. This is a timepiece. Like this is a uh, like a piece of jewelry. Like it's a piece of art. Now I know the smartwatches have very expensive bands and things like that, but you know, they give this watch. Actually, they give this watch. This is the original. This is the resin version. If you are an American and you go to the International Space Station, you have to wear this watch. Why? Because it's so rugged, it can withstand the harshness of space itself. It can be shot with radiation, shaken up, banged up, crushed. You can run over this watch with a semi truck and it will still work. I can't stop loving this watch. So I'm sorry, Mark. Thank you for asking the perfect person to answer your question. But in this one instance, I am not the perfect person. I'm just not. I love my G-Shocks. I love them.
Mark goes on to say, I'm with you on the vintage and trusty timepieces. I have a Seiko 5 automatic in gold and silver. Doesn't lose a second. Will see me out for sure.
Yeah. And the 80s. This launched in the 80s. And I loved it. I loved the 80s. And Casio was the company. Actually, it was Seiko. Both Japanese brands. That embraced the quartz movement and put the Swiss country almost into bankruptcy because the Swiss did the gears, the wind-up gear watches that were the best in the world. They had 90% of the market, 90% of the global market of a consumer product, watches and timepieces. And within 10 years, it was approaching 10% because they stuck their noses up in the air and they're like, the quartz movement, that's below us. That's for cretins.
Almost bankrupt the whole entire country.
The plebs can have that. Well, you know what? The world wanted quartz movement.
Showed the Swiss something, didn't we?
Paradigm shift. There was a paradigm shift, and the Swiss weren't having it. And then, to get back at the world, they created the Swatch, which you'll remember had analog hands. They were not digital, but the Swatch did have the quartz movement. But it was their FU to the world. Now you're buying our analog watches, even though they were quartz. Never liked the Swatches. Although I did have some Swatches when I was.
I never had a Swatch.
I think I had one. I was going to buy one when I was in St. Martin. I was going to buy it, and I decided not to because it's duty free. They just jack the prices up. It's like it wasn't any cheaper.
Yeah. So instead of paying tax, you're paying more to the vendor.
Yeah, I bought a camera lens there, and I'm like, this is the same price as it would have been in the United States. Why? I don't understand. But I did buy the camera lens.
I think
nifty 50.
In countries where there's a country sales tax, like in Canada, I think it's more attractive. It's like, oh, great, I get to save on the VAT if I submit the rebate form and everything. But like, usually, you're right. Usually, what happens is the vendor or the manufacturer will just bump up the price of the item, the MSRP.
I wonder how St. Martin's doing. It got hit by the hurricane bad a couple years ago. Like the whole thing was leveled. It's a gorgeous little slice of heaven, that little place down there. Water so clear. A lot of these islands in the Caribbean, the water is like clear. This was like crystal clear. I've never seen water that clear before. It's insane.
It's been a while since I've done that. It's been a long time since I've been to the Bahamas. Like I'm really itching to do that sort of thing. Go to Caribbean.
Here's the thing. So we went on a couple Disney cruises, and since we're a family of 3, they usually pair you up with another small family with a small number of people to, that this dinner assignment.
Yeah.
And they pick someone who's relatively your age, and they pick someone who's, if you have a child, who's relatively the same age. So anyway, we got hooked up with this other couple. We've remained friends ever since. And she works in the travel industry, and the husband works for Disney. And they every now and then they say, we'll cut you a deal if you come back on the cruise. We had so much fun with you. We want to cruise with you again. And they said, okay, let's go in November, this last month. We're like, no, it's too close to graduation. It's too hectic. Can't do it. But they're like, okay, maybe next fall. So maybe in the fall of 2023, I'll go on a super discounted Disney cruise with another couple that's same age as Tracy and I, and their daughter is the same age as Evan. And so
that sounds like incredible amount of fun. That sounds incredible.
It would be, but we also have a conundrum because we rented a beach house that's twice as expensive because we were hoping that Paris is my son's girlfriend, that their parents would co-rent it with us.
Is it the same house in North Carolina you were renting, or is it a different house?
It's a beach house in North Carolina.
Okay. Yeah, that place is beautiful.
We talked to them, and it's tentative, so we won't know. And if they don't pick up half the tab, I don't know if we're going to have any money left over, because it's a lot of
ain't cheap
money.
Ain't cheap.
If we have a spot and you've got $2,500 and want to go to spend a week at the beach with me, anyone who has that kind of scratch, that it could be a possibility if the girlfriend's parents don't take us up on it, because the husband is writing a book and his deadline is shortly before that, and if it slips, his final anyway, something like that. I don't fully understand it, but yeah.
I've been
these are first world problems, like I might not be able to take 2 vacations in 2023.
I was actually while I was in Cary this week, I was actually given a proposal. There is a dear ex-colleague of mine, dear friend of mine, who has a townhome in Cary, and she's looking for someone to rent it. And she, I think, gave me a sweetheart sort of number with respect to the market rent in Cary and Raleigh. So I have some thinking to do this weekend. Like, that was
not a cheap place.
No, it's not. Cary's not a cheap place. Raleigh's not a cheap place. But the number that she offered was incredibly nice, and I'm really thinking about it. It's like I'm going to spend the weekend thinking about it.
Well, you can't go because you bought a Hershey Park pass.
That's right. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. You got it. That's
You can't leave that on the
table. No, you can't. No, you can't leave the Hershey. No, you can't do it. How quick is the flight from Cary to Hershey? Anyone want to check that?
Yeah, like you think you spend a lot in Easy Pass fees. Wait till you jump on the plane 3 times a month.
Oh, I could probably get to my A-list standing again with Southwest real quickly, couldn't I? I didn't travel much this year. I don't think I'm going to be making A-list, which stinks, but oh well. That's what it is.
Yeah. Yep.
Uh, yeah. Quick question for you. So when is the? So I had such a great time with the Reading Royals last weekend. When's our next Reading Royal game?
Ooh. I have to look it up. There were a couple tentative dates. And then, well, the first question is, what service did we get the notice? Was it messages or was it on Facebook's Messenger?
I think Facebook Messenger.
Oh, Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
So let's see. The problem with Facebook Messenger is there's no way to kind of search the history pretty easily.
Mm-mm.
I'm looking. Entertain yourselves.
Talk amongst yourselves. Should John stay in the Keystone or move to North Carolina? Talk. Discuss. Let us know in the comments. We'll take a poll. We're not putting the poll up. Just go ahead and tell us in the comments. Let us know. Or should you move somewhere else?
12-3? 12-3. We already did 12-3. Duh.
We did 12-3.
And then after that...
You may be saying,
right.
didn't he say he wanted to move the point?
Feb 18 and April 1.
Yeah, Feb 18, April 1. That's right.
But then
He had to
Gene
cancel.
said
February 18th was no good.
Gene said he couldn't do one of them. Well, April 1 is out. I'll try to find another date that's on the thread. He was talking about Sunday games. I don't know how I am about Sunday games, but I guess we could do a Sunday game. Not to change the subject, we're going to make a whole new Reddings list when I get off work. We'll figure it out from here. Gene said he's out for 2/18 he's out. Did I say that before?
Yeah.
I did. Okay, here's the last message. Jan 20, Feb 18, March 17, April 14.
So there will be another game. We just don't know when yet.
April 14 is a Friday. Oh, and so is March 17.
Marilyn weighing in on where should John go. She says, wherever your heart desires, JV, with 2 purple hearts. I agree. A lot of opportunities. But usually when the universe tries to tell you something, you take a good listen. I think how everything fell into place with that offer with the townhome in Cary. Like, I got to really give it some serious thought.
Well, your job, you can work anywhere? Is that
Yes,
how it is?
that's right. Yeah, and the townhome in question is only 10 minutes from campus. So, I mean, I'd be going into the office a lot more.
Oh, well. That's an interesting
It is.
piece.
It's very interesting.
Huh.
So,
But would that help your career, or would that just be a nicety for you?
I think a little bit of both. I think it could definitely do something with the career, and I think it'd just be nice too. Like, I know the feeling I had this week being on campus and being on campus all 5 days or 4 days, and I flew back today. But it was nice to see people again, have lunch with people, and have meetings, and actually have face-to-face time, and not use Zoom or Teams or whatnot. So
That's cool.
yeah.
I got recognized at work. We had a quarterly update by, so it's not my boss, not her boss, but her boss. So it was like and then he reports to the CEO. Yeah, I was up there on a slide.
There you go.
My accomplishment. So I was like, hey,
It's always great when you can get recognized.
yeah. And that was for the whole production team, which was pretty amazing. So.
That's really cool.
I got a heads up. They're like, I think you're gonna have a good day. I'm like, wonder what that means.
Did you see that in a fortune cookie or something? Who told you that?
My boss told me that. I think you're gonna have a good day. I'm like, oh, okay. And then 5 hours later, I'm like, oh, that's what you meant.
Well, I'll tell you. A weird thing happened with the whole talk on Wednesday and the sort of after effect. There was First of all, I'm gonna go down this road for a minute. Apologies in advance. The group that I work with, the division I work with, there's a reason why I work in this division. The place I wanted to work for when I joined this company was the financial services business unit. And I've been working in that unit since 14. This group is an amazing group. I still, a lot of us are on this group, and we talk to each other all the time. But we get lost in the way of work sometimes, and we forget how much we mean to each other. And I was reminded of that this week with the talk that I gave on Wednesday, but also the support and the care and the respect and the love that my fellow colleagues within this group gave me. It reminded me of how great these people are. And I just want to I'm not sure if anybody's watching, but I just want to let them know that I appreciate all of you, and I find you to be like a family. A lot of families I've come across in the last 4 years, and definitely in the last 8, but you guys are amazing. And that had a significant impact on me. When your VP, your vice president, puts out an email just based on the talk I gave on Wednesday, and I showed you that announcement. The language that Jack used was so incredible. And Jack and I started around the same time. Jack's a great guy, and I look up to him. And he also follows David Goggins with the 4x4x48 and the crazy things that David Goggins do. And oh God, so he's definitely got the health bug as much as I do. But Jack, if you're watching this, I don't know if you are, but if you are, thank you. Thank you for all you've done for this group, but thank you for what you did for me this week. You're an awesome guy. So there you go. It was a little over a minute, maybe a minute and a half, but there you go.
There we go. Hey, we both had good weeks. That makes me happy.
Without a doubt. Let's see. Outside of that, I mean, there's a Christmas light project tomorrow and Sunday, so I gotta get Christmas lights up. Yeah, I'm gonna decorate the house a bit. I know. I'm gonna do it this year. I didn't do it last year, and I felt a little bit remiss. I felt like something was missing, so that's gonna happen this year.
Let me know if you need help with the,
yeah, absolutely. If you want to come over tomorrow, I mean, you got a graduation going on Sunday.
Why don't you let me know how you make out, and if you're in trouble, then maybe I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, and if you come over, then I will pay you with Fogo.
You don't have to pay me with Fogo. That's too much.
No, it's perfectly fine. It's the universal currency. Ivan.
I gotta get my wife to Pogo.
Yes. In fact, yeah. Whenever you'd like. You want to do it tomorrow? Whenever you would like. Let me know.
All right, I'm gonna get back to you on that.
Yeah. So I'll stay tuned on that for sure.
Okay. Sweet.
Let's see. You know what? I know you like to keep this to an hour. I think we're going to do that very thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, kind of getting to the point where we can put a bow on it.
Yeah, we're going to put a bow on it, and I'm going to just say what's going on next week, which right now the only thing that's on the schedule is another VF Talks next Friday, but there might be an episode Tuesday or Thursday night, and if so, you'll check YouTube and there'll be an announcement. It might be pre-recorded, but I'll talk about that all in a second. But Matt, I'm going to thank you for being the extraordinary co-host that you are, but also for being the brother I never had. I love you, man.
And thanks for putting up with me again.
Oh, stop it.
I gotta go.
Put up with you. Stop. You're awesome. Talk to you later, man.
Bye.
Matt Haas, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go back to Maine. And I'll change the camera. Oh, no, that's we're going to go back to me. There we go. Hi, how are you? I love this show. I love the camaraderie. That's a word. We use that word all the time. That this show brings. I love the groups that come to this show. I love the groups that I've gotten to know in the last 4 years. But I mean it. Matt's like a brother to me. And I love the guy. And it's great to have him as a co-host for the show, as well as Paul when he can jump on. I know he's busy on Fridays, but Paul, if you're watching, we're thinking of you as you're on assignment, as they say. There might be an episode next week talking about what I talked about on Wednesday. There might be snippets of that conversation, that talk I gave. Just waiting for the okay to do so. And if that's the case, I will share that with you. Either Tuesday or Thursday night. It'll probably be pre-recorded. And then 1 week from tonight, we do what we do on Fridays, have a conversation about anything and everything with Matt Haas, Paul Burke, and all of you. A little something we call VF Talks at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific. If there is an episode next week talking about the talk I gave on Wednesday, it'll either be Tuesday night at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, or Thursday night at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Check your local listings, check YouTube, check Facebook. We'll try to make that announcement well in advance so you can plan for it. But until next time, I'm going to say the same thing I say at the end of every Venture Forward in VF Talks. Stay safe, stay sane, stay strong, stay sober. You're worth it. Have a great weekend. I love you all, and fly, be free.
She's riding shotgun and she looks like a star. Yeah, she's got the style that makes you think she's made out of gold. She says she likes it better when we go off-road. Yeah. I'm gonna make it worth your while. I'm gonna make it worth your time. I'm gonna make it worth your while. When she's with me, we're like superstars. Windows roll down, radio on. I think we could go far. We don't need money. We can skip that part. All I want is her to be with me. She's got a ticket to my heart. The sky is blue, I got the sun in my eyes. It can't get better than when she makes that smile. Yeah, she's got that style that makes you think she's made out of gold. She's turning up the volume on the radio.